Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Neo Nectar deck football. This is the Ahsha Bloom deck, and I'm mainly using the Bloom mechanic in this build because previously, if you guys watched my old deck profile from the previous set that Neo Nectar was featured in, I already built a deck with that, and I played with the new Ahsha and that deck with some of the new cards. With like one new card from this set, and that's pretty much the whole deck. So I didn't want to show you guys that since there's only one card difference, or two cards difference if you're including G-Zone. So I decided to build a blue style deck instead. If you guys want to, update the old deck, then just throw in some of the new cards and you're free to go. But if you want to see the Bloom build, you guys can stick around and watch this. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. So, starting Vanguard, we're running two of the starting Vanguard from the trial deck. Her name is Ozu, and her skill is Generation Pick 1, kind of plus 1. Move this card into Soul, choose a grade 2 or lower rear guard, and search your deck for a card with the same name as that card, and then call it to a rear guard circle. For now, I'll just call it cloning. So you can clone a unit, and running two of them because when you ride into Ahsha first, or your first ride with Ahsha, you might have nothing on your field. So she's just a clone target. So next, we're running for Ahsha. Ahsha is the main stride break, or the main grade 3 you want to ride into. And her skill is Generation Pick 2. All units get this skill during your turn. Vanguard or Rearguard skill. If you have a unit with the same name as this card, then this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Not this unit, but the card. So yeah. So what this means is if you have her on the field, you have her, these get plus 5,000 power. You have something like this, Vanguard circle, Rearguard circle, they both get plus 5,000 power. So yeah. And then her stride break skill is kind of lost 1. When a unit strides on this card, you'll pay the cost you do, choose one of your rear guards, and clone it, and then call it to the rear guard circle, and it gets plus 2,000 power. So yeah, it gets a little bit of a boost. So then if you clone this, it brings up a 7k booster for that turn. So you can get rid of her next turn with your skill. Next, we're running this card. Since we're playing a Bloom build, we're playing this Bloom. Right now it's not that strong because there's not enough support, but it's still okay for what it is. And there are some pretty neat tricks that you can play with the deck. So her skill is Bloom, and it's Generation Break 1. When a unit with the same card as this is called to a rearguard circle, you can choose up to 5 cards with this card's name, and during this turn, it gets a new skill. It's a rearguard skill. Move this card to the bottom of the deck. At the end of the turn, you may pay the cost, which is moving to the bottom of the deck. And then you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck and search for a card with Bloom in its name, and then add it to your hand. And then you can counter loss 1, soul blast 1. The second skill is counter loss 1, soul blast 1. When this card's placed in Vanguard circle, you can pay the cost if you do. Search the top 5 cards of your deck, and then look for a card with Bloom in its name. So yeah, right now there's only like a few search targets for her in this deck. It's mainly the Vanguard and and Katrina. So maybe later on when she gets a bit better support, then you can run 4 of her. But right now 3 is fine. Yeah. And next we're running 3 of the Rankless support from GPT-04. Skill is Generation Week 1, count loss 1, so loss 1. When this card is placed on a rearguard circle, if you have a Rankless grade 3 or above Vanguard, you're going to pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rearguards and clone it, and then she gets plus 2,000 power, so she becomes an 11k attacker for that turn. Running 3 of them, she's not as useful as she was before, because there's other cards that you might want to use now instead. For example, her. She's the new double rare from the new set. And she is quite good. Her skill is Generation Pick 1. When this card would be placed on the rearguard circle, you can choose one of your units, and if you have a Rankless Vanguard, you can choose that card, and this card's name will become that card's name. So basically, when you call it, when you're about to call it, you choose a card's name, and then you just select that name. So that when you call it, it will be that name. So you can use it for Bloom plays. So for example, this card we have it before. This is your Vanguard. If you have this, you can play this and select it to be her name, so that you can activate her skill and give her her skill. The one to put back to the top deck to search. Right. So running for that, and her second skill is Generation Pick 1. Choose a card in your drop zone with the same name as this card and put it to the top of your deck. During your main phase, at the beginning of your main phase, you can pay the cost. If you have a Rankless Vanguard, you might pay the cost. If you do, move this card back to your hand so that you can, do the Bloom plays again. Yeah. So you can, do your Bloom effects every turn. If you return your hand, call it, and then you can park it off. The main problem is that you need to have a card with the same name as this in the drop zone, or the name that it took. Yeah. Next, we're running 4 Maiden of Flower Screen. Skills once per turn, Generation Pick 1. Choose a card in your drop zone, a normal unit in your drop zone, and move it to the top of your deck. Choose one of your units, and then during this turn, this card will be considered that card's name. And then you shuffle your deck. So basically, you're gonna use her for Bloom plays too, because she'll be already existing on the field. So if you have this, you call it, and pretend this already has her name, so that you can choose, activate her skill, and you can select up to 5 units. So you can choose 1, 2, and then you can give them the skills. Usually it's not going to be this one, it's going to be Katrina, so yeah. Katrina, I'll talk about Katrina a bit later, but next we have 4 Padminis, because Padmini is Stride Enabler. So running these 4 Stride Enablers. Next we have 4 Katrina. Katrina is the main booster we run in this deck. Her skill is Bloom, Generation Pick 1. If a unit with her name is called to a rearguard circle, and you have a Rankless Vanguard, you can choose up to 5 rearguards with her name, and then they get plus 4,000 power. So yeah, basically if you have her on the field, and you have her in your field, and then you call another one of this, if this has this name, then you can give it to her, give power to her too. So yep, and of course if you call this and you have Katrina in the field, you can select her name to be Katrina, so that you also proc Katrina's skill off. In this in this case, it's a bit better than Pia because Pia you need to put normal units back in your deck, so that decreases your chances of getting triggers in your drive checks. While Katrina is the problem with Katrina is that you need to call something with her name every turn in order to get your power boost. So yeah, it's each thing has its own pros and cons, but for this build, I guess, you know, this works better because we're playing a Bloom build. Bloom build. And we're running 2 sweet berries. Maiden of Sweetberry. This also helps with Katrina plays. Her skill is kind of generic 1. Blah, blah, blah. Her cost is 0, so you just need to declare you're activating her skill. So then choose one card that's not Maiden of Sweetberry, and and select a card in your deck and call it out. So basically, you clone a unit for free, but then this card goes back in your deck. So basically, if you have Katrina on the field, and you have Maiden of Sweetberry in the field, you activate Maiden of Sweetberry, and then you search your deck for another Katrina and call it out. Then you can, you know, proc out Katrina's skill because another one of her just got called out, and then your Maiden of Sweetberry can go back in your deck. I would run more of these if I want. If I want to, in a future build I might run 3 and take out one of these. But I'm not sure yet. Or maybe I'll take out one of these for another one of her. But 2 right now is okay. Yeah. Running 4 of the Bloom Purple Guard. So she has the Bloom name, just the Bloom effect, so that you can search her out with her. So her skill, she works like a normal Sentinel. Has to be called from hand, and can only guard Vanguard. But the Bloom skill is counter +1. When a unit with her name is called, you can pay the cost if you do. Choose up to 5 cards with the same name as this and bounce it to your hand. So for example, if you have this on the field and you have Maiden of Sweetberry, Maiden of Sweetberry, activate Maiden of Sweetberry, search your deck, call another one of her, and then you can counter +1 to bounce both of them to your hand. So you get a free perfect, or quote unquote free perfect guard. Not really free, but it's okay. If you need it, then you can have it. So yeah, Maiden of Sweetberry is just pretty good. Alright, next, crits. We're running 8 crit. 4 of them are the Ahsha crit. 4 heals. And 4 draws. I'm not running the stands anymore because in this particular build, I'm not running them. If I'm playing an Ahsha build with the, let's see, where is it? Oh crap! With another different Vanguard, then I might run crits. But yeah, I mean not extra crit. Run the stands. The stands are very good, but I don't know. I'd rather have the draws here because getting your first Katrina is pretty important. So, alright, let's move on to the G zone. Running 4 of the GPT-04 Ahshas. Mainly you're going to use this as a first ride, so what she does is once per turn you can choose a face down with her G-flip herself, and then until the end of turn this card gets a new skill, and that new skill is once per turn choose one of your rear guards. If you have 2 or more rear guards with the same name as that card, all your units in the front row gets plus 5,000 power. And then the second part of the skill is if the number of face-up cards you have in your G zone is 2 or more, you can choose one of your rear guards and search your deck for one of them and search it and basically clone it, and then it gets plus 2,000 power. So if you use her as your first ride, you don't get the clone, but you do get the power boost. And what you really want is just to have, just to be able to set up for her skill. Oh crap, my sleeve just blew up. Yeah. So, of course, we're running 2 of the new Ahsha. What she does is, once per turn, Generous Strike 2, Can Loss 1, Soul Blast 1, and then you can choose a card in your G zone and flip face up. And then if you have a heart with Ranunculus in its name, you can choose one of your units, and then search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as that and call it to a Ruler Circle, so you clone it. And then shuffle your deck, and then choose up to 4 units with the same name as that unit, and then until end of turn, they get plus 5,000 power for each face-up card. For each face-up of this you have on the field. So of the previous Ahsha. And then if you have a unit in the Vanguard circle with the same name as this unit, it gets extra critical. So yeah, pretty strong. Running 2 because 1, it's expensive, and 2, save space to run Jingle's Flower Dragon or Jingle's Forest Dragon. Her skill. Oh my! Damn, this sleeve got fucked up. His skill is once per turn, you can G-flip himself, and then if you have 2 or more cards in your face-up G-zone, then on your turn, on the Vanguard circle, all your units get for every unit with the same name as this card, it gets plus 2,000 power. So yeah, basically it's just a power boost. He is, just in case you somehow can't try into another. This is really bothering me. If you can't really, yeah, I'm just gonna change it. If you, basically he's backup if you can't ride into Ahsha for some reason, and he's also good for mini pushes, little mini pushes. But for the most part, you're probably not going to use him. You can flip him with for her skill. So yeah, that's okay too. But what you can do is also use her to flip your other Ahsha, because the first time you use her skill, you'll have 2 face up. Use her skill, flip, flip, and then your second strategy, you can flip another one. And then for your final one, you can just use him if you really need to. You can run a third one of this if you have the money, but since I pulled 2, so I'm just going to use 2. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!